Hey, and welcome to this Christmas edition of SAP testing with IRT. So in this one, we have added three new cool features that I would like to show to you. The first one is clustering, that we're able to cluster or use your existing cluster. Then we have added the functionality to do sender and receiver agreements and process those on a single stack system. And then we have mapping of interfaces. Let's start with the first one. This is clustering, and this has been high on the priority list, though it's not adding that many new features, but we have run into some challenges that some of our jobs was running differently on the different nodes, and it created some challenges with the reports we were generating. So in this release, we have done a lot of effort to move away from, or to distribute load better between the different nodes, because on all of these different systems, all of your most customer systems, they have distributed it and a lot of cluster nodes, and it's obviously really beneficial to take advantage of this and use the performance to generate reports and testing better. So we have set up Hazelcast, which enable us to share memory between the different nodes for this application. And then we have increased the performance. So this is the whole purpose of it. We have decoupled the message processing and the message handling. So when we're receiving a message, we'll save it, and then we will do in another job, we will do the comparison, all of those other kind of things. So it means it's a lot more flexible, and we can get more performance out of the system. So it's greater for the comparison, and it's greater for the report generation. So you can generate all the running reports much faster. If we have a look at the configuration, the normal way of doing this would just be to use the multicast functionality. This is all documented in the user manual how to set this up. But you can also use this TCP IP discovery and set up all the different nodes if they're in different data centers and stuff like that. So this makes it a lot easier for you to set up and leverage all of the systems that you have. If we take a look at receiver agreements, and send agreements. So they have both been added during the last year or something like that to the single stack 7.5 system, and also 7.31, I think. And one of the challenge of this has been we have just been using the IQ to look up these objects, but now we're actually able to automate this approach, so we can set up testing on your, even though you're using receiver agreements or send agreements for your specific systems. So that's just, there's no different way of using this. You simply just select the same IQ you want to test with, collect the data as you want, and then it would automatically discover that there's receiver agreements, add modules for it, and then you'll do the testing with those modules. So it's really smooth, and it seems to be working pretty well. Then the last thing we added is how do you set up this information about data between different systems is differently. So in your development system, UAP system is called something, and in your QA system it's called something else, and you want to reflect this in your testing so it's able to automatically determine what's going on. So we have added some functionality to make it easier for you to set this up, and then we have also given you the ability to translate interface names. So we had a client that was doing a migration, and they want to change some of the names of the interfaces that they were using between the different systems. And we're able to support this now, so you can set up mappings for interface names. So let me show you how that works. So here we have our list of test cases, and we have this test down here. And if we go into this one, we can view the results of this. We can see we have some unfinished. So here's the message that we have sent, and we expect to receive a message that's called this back from this receiver service. But instead we got this one, and this is obviously not correct. So we want to say if we're receiving this on our test system, it should be treated as this one up here. So we'll simply just select these two messages, and then you can click this link, and then we'll say, okay, we got on DA3, which was the agent system, there we downloaded this message, and when we ran the same test case and same message, we got this one on DO1. So we can just say select, add, save, and then we can just go one back, rerun our test again, and in the meantime let's just take in the meantime we'll just see here in our testing, in our mapping, we have added this mapping, and one of the other features is easier to add these things, columns, if you have different systems. So this is a lot easier to deal with instead of the Excel document that we had earlier. So if we have a look now, we can see it's now compared successfully. So we're able to check changes in interface and receiver system and map it to the new functionality. So this makes it really fast and simple to set up these test cases where something is changing between the different systems. So IRT is a simple solution that tests all your complex scenarios. You can learn more at figaf.com/IRT, and here you'd also be able to see further demos, download a 30-day trial. You can try it out on your own system and see how well it does perform there. Thanks for watching, and if you like this, please click the like button and share this with your friends. Thanks.